Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a brand new episode of Tim Crafty. So in today's video, I'm going to show you a beautiful, elegant mixed media art. Hi, if you are watching me for the first time, my name is Damali. I do make videos on related to resin art, sculpture painting, home decor, DIYs, bottle art, mixed media, decoupage and many more. So if you like this kind of tutorial, you can subscribe my channel Tim Crafty and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get all the notification whenever I posted a new video. So in today's video, I'm going to decorate this diary cover. As you can see, this diary is new, but the cover is very much old. So to make it, I need a lot of material. The material list with the link is given in the description box, so you can check this out. So the first thing is some of the paste, some gesso, some crackle paste, mixed media paste, fiber paste. This is the new one in my collection, so I don't know how does it looks. Maybe I do not use all this type of things, but you need this kind of material to make mixed media art. Also, I need some grainy texture paste. You can also homemade all this kind of texture paste. I will show you in that particular video. Okay, also I need some resin embellishment. So this embellishment is I have just purchased this one from Itsy Bitsy, but if you need this kind of resin embellishment, you can also DM me or comment down below. I am just planning to make a more resin embellishment. I have the particular silicone mold, so I can make it for yourself. So these are not bendable, these are hard. If you need anything bendable, you have to immediately make it with the air dry clay. So I have already selected which of the design I am going to use today. So you also have to select the design according to your collection. You can also use some chipboard. I'll be using this one. Other than this one, this number one I'm going to use. Also with this, I have selected all the material according to my theme. So you can also select it according to your theme or your choice, completely your choice it is. But if you need this particular design that I'm going to make today, so you have to follow the description box for all the material, because these are available in Itsy Bitsy. And if you are using anything from Itsy Bitsy, don't forget to use my coupon code Tamali5 to get extra 5% off. Also, I need this kind of ball. You can also make it with the air dry clay as well. I need some of the mixed media things like mixed media stones. If you do not have it, you can use the natural sand as well. And also some micro beads. Still, if you do not have it, you can use the sand or anything. You can make it with the air dry clay. Alright, so let's use some mold and the air dry clay to make a design for the side of this diary. If you have anything like this, you can also buy it from my side. Also, you can get all this material especially from a Instagram account from which I have collect all my silicone mold. I have already shown you in one of my previous video that all of my silicone mold collections, you can go in the description box and also in the I button to check this out. To make the diary cover as a base, I'm going to use this paper towel. So as we have used our decoupage paper, I'm going to crack it and I'm going to use it in a small part to make our base strong enough to apply any kind of paste or any kind of color on the top of it. piece paper is enough. Let it dry. In the meantime, I'm going to mix my air dry clay hardener and the resin together to get a dough. And always remember, you have to use the talcum powder to avoid stickiness on your hands. And also I will apply some of the amount of talcum powder in my silicone mold so that it will be very easy to demold my air dry clay. It will take almost 5 to 10 minutes to dry 50 to 30%, and then you can easily demold it from any of your silicone mold. Let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, and in the meantime, with all the air dry clay that is remaining, I will make some balls and I will add it in here and there to make my mixed media art more attractive. Alright, I'm ready to assemble all the things that I have selected for my project. So this assembly, or the choice of the material is completely up to you. You have to select it by keeping everything in the part which are using. So this is, I have already select prior to shoot this video, because it will take a lot of time that what actually goes rightly with all the materials or the theme or the position that you have actually in your panel. So do it according to yourself. Also, you can just keep practicing this kind of mixed media art so that you have this knowledge that what project or what kind of embellishment will goes with each other. Also, I'm going to use some of the stenciling part. This particular stencils or the brick stencils, this actually not a brick, actually this is a abstract kind of stencils. This is from Itsy Bitsy as well. So what I'm going to do here and there, some of the part, I know this kind of part of my panel or my diary cover will be empty, so I will do this small things to create some of the texture on my plain background. So here I'm going to apply my mixed media paste with my palette knife. You can use any kind of mixed media or texture paste that you have. In the previous video, I have shown you that how you can make your homemade texture paste, so you can also good to go with this technique. So after applying this stencil, you have to wait till the stencils work dried completely, and make sure you do not have applied any of the color even if your project is done or the assimilation part is done, because the color or the white the water wash out your texture. So make sure you have completely dry it before applying anything on the top of it. some of the part I'm going to apply the crackled paste as a background design, and also I will apply my fiber paste. So fiber paste is nothing but in the mixed media or the texture paste, some of the natural fibers you can add it. If you don't have it, actually you can make it by yourself as well, but I have it, so I'm going to use that one. Okay, my you know, this fiber paste was new, but it is a little bit of dried. So what I have to do, I have to keep it in a big size palette knife and apply it with my hands. So I'm going to give it a design of all these balls, and as you can see, I have keep these balls in talcum powder so that it doesn't stick to each other. So that is how, with the simple technique or with the simple material that you already have in your hand, you can definitely use it and make your own design. I think my air dry clay design is also set for 10 minutes, and now it's time to demold it. So you have to demold your air dry clay design in that position when it is not completely dried, so that you can reshape it and use it according to your choice. So I will be adding it with my heavy gel medium. This is also very good to attach all the elements in your mixed media art, and it will gives you a very quick result. If you don't have it, you can also use hot glue gun or your normal Fevicol. So in case of Fevicol, it will take a lot of time to dry, but as I have it, so I'm going to use that one. my hair dryer to dry my base quickly because I have to finish my project. Now it's the time for assembling everything together. And let's see how does it looks. I'm happy with my design. I'm going to stick all together with this particular gel medium. As I have already mentioned that you can use any strong glue to attach it. these things have done, I have kept it for 2 to 3 hours to dry it completely, and then I start doing the coloring. I kept it in the sunlight, so in the 2 to 3 hours it have already dried completely. Now I have two options for the gesso. So here you can see the crackles paste have already cracked. So in the black gesso I will be using it later, but I feel that in the resin embellishment I need to apply the heavy coat of gesso. It will help the resin embellishment to smooth out the surface, and it will helps you to add any of the coloring with on the top of it. So I'm going to apply it first, and then after drying everything I will coat it with the black gesso. If you don't have black gesso, you can simply add white gesso, and you can add a black chalk paint on the top of the white gesso. But as I have this black gesso, it is also matte in finish, so you can use it if you have it. So after seeing all this video, if you feel that any of your supplies are not available to you, you can comment down below and ask me if anything is alternative is available. I will be showing you all these alternative options. As this gesso layer is quite heavy in nature, so it will take more time to dry, but make sure you have dried first and then you are going to apply the black gesso. Your hair dryer or your heat gun to avoid this long time to dry. In the every step I have used my hair dryer in a cool mode, and I have dried it in every step, and so that my project is going to finish in the very small time. it's time to color it with the black gesso. So I'm going to color, it will be needed 2 to 3 coats. If you feel that in the corners of any of the element is remain you know blank, so it will take times, but make sure you have covered everything with your black gesso. Now I have done it, and I will keep drying it with my hair dryer. And once that is dried, you can see this is completely matte. Now I'm going to do the color wash technique. So for that, I'm going to use this burnt sienna color. This is a complete acrylic color, and you have to add a lot of water in it to make it very much thinner. And then with the brush technique, I'm going to apply it and dab the napkin to soak the excess amount of color. So this technique is called the color wash technique. It will gives you a depth of your project. And as I have I am going to make some rustic looks, so it will helps me to do that one as well. Not the every portions of your project, you have to do it some of the portions, and quickly you have to wash or you have to dab the napkin to remove the excess amount of color. Once that is dried, I have going to do a white wash. I'm going to show you this white wash technique in the last of this video as well, so don't worry about it. Let's see how I do add the colors on the some of the element. So what you have to do, you have to take a dry brush, you have to take a very little amount of color of your choice, and initially you have to, wash out the colors in your napkin and use very small amount of color once at a time. You can build up the color intensity by adding layers, but don't add too much color at one layer. So here I am using some light yellow, some green, some blue colors on my element, and I will let it dry for a couple of minutes. So these are all chalk paints that I'm going to use here. It will gives you a matte finished look. So if you don't have it, you can also make it by yourself. I have shown you in my previous video so that you can use that technique. So once your color wash have been done, we are going to again will do the whitewash technique, because we have to keep everything in a single page. Also, you can add some of the burnt sienna color in the corners of your elements to add little bit of rustic effect. And make sure you have dried everything before doing any whitewash. let it dry. And now I'm going to show you how you can do your whitewash in the first step. What we have to do, we have to keep this kind of sponge dabber in your hand, and you have to add a very little amount of white color at a time. You have to just dab it with a light handed dabbing technique to highlight all the design that we have made. Once that is dry, we are going to apply the color wash, and then we are going to dry it. Again, we are doing the whitewash technique to make everything in a single page. So what actually we are doing? We are doing the whitewash, then again color wash, then again whitewash. So this is the technique what I am going to do. Now my project is done, and I really hope that it will helpful. This tutorial, you can make any kind of mixed media art with any of this technique. I have also previously shown you 1 or 2 technique of doing mixed media art, some vintage art, and this one is the rustic artwork. So if you like this kind of tutorial, you can subscribe my channel and you can hit the bell icon. You can share it with your friends and family. Please do support us. You can also join me in my Instagram and my Facebook account with the same name, teamcrafty_tamali. After drying this whitewash technique, I have also added some of the golden color, and just to highlight everything together. Thanks for watching till the end. I hope you love and enjoy this video. Do let me know in the comment sections below that how you feel after watching this tutorial. You can simply make a simple diary and make this kind of artwork. You can gift it to your friends and family. Also, even you can do this technique not only on the top of a diary cover. You can also use this technique on any of the art panel. And if it is helpful, you can subscribe my channel. You can connect it with me in my Instagram. See you on my next video. Till then, take care. Goodbye.